Are you a Filipino? Or are you a foreign vacationer who wants to find a place to live in the Philippines? What we are talking about is for you and for the viewers who are watching us. Most of us want to live in a city where we can grow and live a life. A city where there are beautiful parks, good people, plenty of places to hang out, huge malls, and good transportation. Some may also want a city where they can choose and live in luxurious hotels or condos, amazing restaurants, and bars. Many will want to stay in the most progressive cities in the Philippines where they can excel in their career and in life. Yes, most of us have our own ideal city we want to live in. There are many experts in this field ranking what are the most livable cities in the Philippines. Ranking could include how many parks a city has. It can also be determined by malls, cultures, safety, transportation, infrastructures, peace and order, poverty rate, unemployment rate, and more. There are a whole lot more criteria to choose from and would lead to a biased result if some criteria are not included. So what if we can look at this the other way around? Instead of few experts to decide, what if there is a voting system out there so people living in the city and experts can share their ideas and vote for the most livable cities in the Philippines? The good thing is there is. So we don't have to argue why this city is better than that. The Top 10s, a website that uses a voting system to determine the top 10s of everything around the world, posted Top 10 Cities in the Philippines. This means that these cities are the best cities in the Philippines, which could imply the top 10 most livable cities in the Philippines. 2. Top 10 most livable cities in the Philippines. 1. Eloilo City. Eloilo City is where you can find the finest characters of Filipinos. Ilonggos, people living in Iloilo, are the sweetest people in the Philippines. That's why this city is also known as the City of Love. One of the users on the site commented, "I can walk through its streets and wave my phone as no one would try to steal it." This is how people define Iloilo City as the most livable city in the Philippines. Popularly called the Queen City of the South, Iloilo City is a fast-growing city of the Philippines where multi-million investments are flowing. 2. Bicolay City. Bicolay City, City of Smiles, is the home of humble and simple Filipinos. The charming smile of the people as if you are close friends is one amazing character of the people living in Bicolay. It is considered to be one of the greenest and cleanest cities in the Philippines. It is also called a football city where there are remarkable football stadiums in the city. This city is hosting sports events like SEA Games and international football and boxing. Bicolay City is a gateway to the sugar plantations in Negros. Bicolay is also famous for top-notch cuisines. Famous food in Bicolay includes inasal, best inasal in the world, tarts, paella, and more. 3. Metro Cebu. Cebu is the center of commerce and industry in the Visayas. Known also as the gateway to 1,000 journeys, Cebu is one of the most livable and progressive cities in the Philippines. Cebu is the city of rich people in economy, tradition, culture, and history. There are lots of job opportunities in Cebu, and most of the people in Visayas and Mindanao tend to find their wanted careers in Cebu. There are also many tourist attractions in Cebu, historical sites, dive sites, clean beaches, and more. Cebu is one of the most visited cities in the Philippines by tourists. Cebu is where history and present collide. Historical sites? Yes, there are lots of historical sites in Cebu like Fort San Pedro, Basilica del Santo Niño, Magellan's Cross, and more. At the same time, Cebu is a very urbanized city where there are huge infrastructures, malls, hospitals, etc. Once there are new trends in Cebu, most of this will likely be accepted by the different places in the Philippines till it will go trending. 4. Davao City. Davao City is a star city in Mindanao and the largest city in the Philippines in terms of land area. Davao City is one of the most livable cities in Mindanao, Philippines. With an extremely low crime rate in Davao City, it is considered to be the safest city in the Philippines by Numbeo. Although you cannot find top buildings, Davao City has a lot to offer. There are plenty of malls, hospitals, world-class hotels and restaurants, and more. Most of the people living in the neighboring city tend to go to Davao City to look for better jobs and opportunities. Tourist attractions in Davao City include Davao City River's whitewater rafting, Mount Apo, Crocodile Park, Philippine Eagle Center, Eden Nature Park, Outland Adventure Camp's Accelerator Zipline, Malagas Garden Resort, and more. 5. Roxas City. Roxas City is the seafood capital in the Philippines, supplying seafood products in different countries in the world. Roxas City is rapidly growing since most of the fish ponds are converted to real estates, subdivisions, and commercial areas. Farming and fishing are the two major economic activities in Roxas City. Sports stadiums, malls, parks, hotels, news media companies, televisions, radios, newspaper are also present in the city. There are also plenty of banks in the city, around 40 of them. 6. Makati City. Makati is where most of the Filipinos want to live. Most would simply say because the government is taking extra care of their people. There are lots of benefits from kids to senior citizens. This is a world-class city in the Philippines where you can find tall buildings and many infrastructures. Indeed, this is the product of good governance and city planning. It is also a clean city even though it is a highly urbanized city. This is a business hub in the Philippines. Makati City has lots of business organizations, foreign investors, talented people, and intelligent workers. Makati City has plenty of world-class destinations to go to and things to do. There are plenty of job opportunities and activities. This city is a busy city and has a fantastic nightlife. Although there are many issues about the prices of government buildings recently, what can you argue? Living in the city is very ideal and this is a very progressive city. Even people won't complain about it, only people in politics cares. Makati City is the richest among the richest cities in the Philippines and dubbed as the central business capital in the Philippines. 7. Puerto Princesa City. Puerto Princesa Underground River. Have you heard about this best destination in the world and one of the new 7 wonders of nature? The said tourist attraction can be found in Puerto Princesa City. Because of this, the boost in tourism is high and offers a lot of opportunities for Filipinos. Hotels, restaurants, travel agencies, only to name a few, are the income streams of the people in the city because tourists around the world are visiting Puerto Princesa City. 8. Cagayan de Oro City. Sada. If you are in Cagayan, this would be the most frequently uttered word you would hear. It means nice, pretty, adorable, beautiful, and synonymous words to that. Cagayan de Oro City has been dubbed as the City of Golden Friendship. The people here are very friendly and hospitable. This is where you can find the first mall in Mindanao, the Limquetcay Mall. There are big buildings and establishments here. Cagayan de Oro has 5-star hotels, malls, supermarkets, huge shopping centers, parks, and natural tourist attractions, and more. Cagayan de Oro City is also really popular because it is hosting the most world-renowned car brands like Toyota, Honda, Nissan, Isuzu, Mitsubishi, Suzuki, Ford, Kia, Foton, Mazda, Chevrolet, BMW, Peugeot, Hyundai, Subaru, Chery, Jinbei and more. That's why it has been dubbed as the Auto Hub in Mindanao. 9. Baguio City. Known as the summer capital in the Philippines, Baguio City is one of the most progressive cities in the Philippines and most livable too. Baguio City, just like Puerto Princesa City, is one of the tourist destinations in the Philippines. Baguio City has cool weather, that's why it has been dubbed as the summer capital in the Philippines. Baguio City won't fall behind if we talk about hotels, schools, malls, parks, festivals, panagbenga, and more. Baguio City is also a center of the mining industry. 10. Quezon City. Quezon City is the former capital city in the Philippines. Well-planned residential communities and lots of job opportunities. Quezon City made it to the top 10 most livable cities in the Philippines. Many are saying Quezon City is the Hollywood of the Philippines. Most TV personalities and celebrities are living here. Rich and business people mostly find their comfort in this city. These are the top 10 cities in the Philippines based on the top 10 website. You might be wondering, why Manila is not included? Or why this city is not included? As stated in the first few lines, these results are based on votes and comments. So if you want your city to be included, you can vote for it by going to the website. I hope you find this one something interesting. Is your city included in the list? Be proud and let your friends know by sharing this on YouTube and Facebook that your city was included in the top 10 most livable cities in the Philippines 2015. If you have any comments or something in your mind you want to share, let us know in the comment below. Thank you for watching. Hope you like the video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and Facebook channel. Keep safe and have a good day.